As we move into our next guest panel, I'm very, very excited about this panel. They're going to be really talking about, when the meeting is set, because as an organization, QM, our company Qualified Meetings, we build these engines that produce a lot of meetings, right? But a lot of times the meeting just isn't enough. Organizations aren't really prepared to even handle the meetings. And the way they're handling these meetings sometimes isn't in alignment to the centric methodology of problem solving and the way that we're finding these opportunities in the market. So our next guest, Dan Koehn, our CXO for Qualified Meetings, and Matthew Glaser, our VP of Sales, the VP of Sales for Sophos, they're joining us to have a discussion around when setting meetings isn't enough. And I'm very interested in sitting by and listening to this myself. So Dan, Matthew, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. And for everyone's clarification, Matt Glaser is actually the VP of Global Sales and Revenue Operations for Sophos. Very happy to have him joining us today. And what we're going to be talking about, as Matt said, is using meetings really as a lens to go into understanding what makes a meeting matter, who it matters to, how you can make them matter more, and then ultimately, how do we continue to learn from those as well? Matt, do you want to take a moment just to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Dan. Great to be here. Excited to talk about this. I've been lucky enough to be part of a number of SDR builds in my career across various companies, Adobe, Sitecore. Now it's growing. Now it's Sophos, which is a cybersecurity firm I'm at today. And my main role in that has been to develop the infrastructure and the performance management of those teams. And so, this is a subject matter I love to talk about. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, fantastic. It looks like they're working on getting the few slides we had put together to frame the conversation, but I'm not seeing them at the moment. So we can probably just get going, and they'll be forced to look at us instead of a sentence on a slide. So I think that'll work just well.
We could probably riff on this all day, so without slides. So.
Yeah, exactly. So kind of the first thing that we were going to be looking at and realizing that this is really a celebration of the SDR role itself and the critical point of inflection that culminates where SDRs leave off, which is generating a good meeting with a qualified prospect. And we'll be delivering some good guidance and some tips on how to do certain things and sharing lessons that we've learned in the field, either setting these programs up or on an individual basis. And the first part of that section really starts with, why does a meeting matter? Why is it important to set a meeting in the first place? And what are kind of the goals? And who does it matter to the most? And you and I have talked about that for a while now, and really getting down to understanding the need, but the need behind the need, as Miller Hyman takes approach. And I know you've been fond of that too. So what are your thoughts in regards to what makes a meeting matter specifically to a prospect?
Well, look, I think at the end of the day, the SDR team in many ways is all about scale. Right? We need to generate more and more sales. We need to touch more and more people, more and more prospects. We have to continue to grow our business with new customers, not just existing customers.